Welcome to Bloom with Bobby, where women and men from all walks of life share their story. And parts of their story is compared to a particular blooming flower for the women, and for the men, it is a particular tree. I'm Bobby Hobson, and my guest today, she is a mother, a wife, a grandmother. She is a Sunday school teacher. She is a substitute teacher for special needs children, and she works one-on-one as a direct support professional for a young man that is autistic. And so this wonderful lady, this leading lady, is Juane Gardin. Welcome, Juane.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
each week we ask our guests to choose a particular flower that they feel best match their attributes and their characteristics. So
Mhm.
Juane has chosen the zinnia. This isn't the best visual aid, but tonight this is what we have. It is very colorful. This is not good, but Juane will tell us why she chose the zinnia. Okay, it's over to you, Juane. Talk to us about you and the zinnia.
All right. Well, there were other flowers that had attributes that described me, but I just kept going back to the zinnia flower, and um, it's described as a tough or strong and a low maintenance flower. And I thought that those two things really described me. And I must say that I never thought or felt that I was a strong person or a tough person, but I had, people to tell me that, to walk up to me and say, "You're so strong." And so when I, consider the things that, some of the struggles, some of the pain that I've endured, and when I consider the fact that I'm standing, when I consider the fact that I'm not somewhere rocking, that I'm in my right mind,
Yeah, yeah,
I am strong, but I am not strong within myself. It's God's strength, and it's only
absolutely.
the strength. That's the only way that I'm able to stand. And so it is God's strength
Oh,
that just keeps me. And then the
absolutely.
other the other attribute was low maintenance. And so, God has blessed me tremendously. And he has blessed me with a husband that is an awesome provider. And we live well.
Yeah,
But I have to say that um, I'm not that woman that has to have the designer bags and clothes and the diamonds and the fancy cars and all of those things. I'm not that woman that has to go get my nails done, every week. I'm not that woman. But for me, the things that are important to me are love, loving, being loved, serving, and and spending time with the people that are important in my life. And so I guess for me, I feel like um, I'm just simply me, and I enjoy the simple life, and all of those things that I named are good. I don't knock anyone that likes those things, but for me, um, the simple life is who I am.
yeah. I am so glad to hear you say that your husband is a wonderful provider, that you
Hmm.
live well, because marriage is getting a bad rap these days. And whenever there's someone on that has a good marriage and they praise their marriage, I am delighted to hear that. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good because it, I'm not saying that we as a society that we are against marriage, but it's not enough tooting the horn. What wonderful divine connection that God did when He did husband and wife, and when He did marriage, when God created marriage, and so I love it when I hear a woman or a man to tell me that they have a good marriage, a great marriage. So thank you so much for Juane for saying that. Now I want to move on to the people in your life that have impacted your life from a young age up until the age that you are now. I want to hear about some of those people that have made Juane who she is today.
I think I've had a conversation before, and that question came up. And I guess for me, and this might just be different, but I think that when I think of some of the people that have impacted my life are probably from a young age negative people, and they impacted my life in a way that what I saw and what I experienced with those people has helped me, because I look at that and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be that. I don't want to, I want to be a person that is different from that experience and what I experienced with that person. And I guess one person that I can talk about in a positive way is my mom, and the fact that she was a single parent. My mom had it pretty hard. My dad was very abusive, but I loved my dad. I loved my dad, and I was a daddy's girl. And but when I think about the alcohol and how it changed him and how it changed our lives, because my mom had to take us and she had to flee, and she had to start over by herself and with her children. And she went through a lot, but I can say that she was strong, and she didn't always get it right, but she did the best that she could with what she had. And so I see, a lot of things that she showed me. I see that I have taken those things on as an adult, and even taught them those things to my children. And that's about just preparing and being prepared. And I lost my mom in the end of 2019. And it's been hard because I really miss her. And I didn't realize just how much I missed her until, at times when I'm just reminded of things that she said.
Yeah.
And,
you and I talked a little earlier about you being a Sunday school teacher. Now let me stop that. That you being a substitute teacher for special needs children, and I know that is you love doing that. So tell me, I want to hear a little bit more about your experience teaching special needs children.
I wanted to be able to be flexible, to be able to travel with my husband. And then also I had planned to go back to school. And so I took on the substitute position because I wanted to have the flexibility. I went into, was called into a school. I went into this school, and it was a special needs class. It was my first time working in a special needs class. And when I got there, it was just seeing those children, and I just felt a connection there. And so after I left, well, on my way out, I was asked if I could come back. And then I was asked if I had, ever worked with special needs children. I said no. Well, they liked me so much that they offered me a long-term position. And so I actually worked in that classroom. They had no teacher. So I actually worked in the classroom until the end of the school year. And from that time, I have worked with special needs children, and that has been, I guess, about 9 years now. And when I tell you, it brings me so much joy. And I work with a young man. I work one-on-one with a young man with autism. I met him at that school, and then I met him again when he was 17. And his mom asked me to work with him. And when I tell you, the time that I spend with him brings me so much joy. He doesn't speak much. We're teaching him words, but for me, just to hear him say a couple words that I have been working with him for months just brings me so much joy. And I don't know that anyone else could understand that, but persons that work with special needs children. Other people might think, oh, he just said, thank you, please. But for me, oh my gosh, that is tremendous. And so the joy that he brings to me, I can't even express how it makes me feel. I do not have the words to express how much joy he brings to me.
Wow. When did you know that you were, or that you are rather, walking in your purpose?
When the thought of work was not a thought of work, but an opportunity to serve. When I get up every morning to go to work, there is no dread, but I look at it as, God, I thank you for the opportunity that you've given me to serve.
Yeah.
And it's not work. It's just an opportunity to serve, and it's awesome.
I know you're married to a bishop, but
Yes.
I still want to know the role that faith plays in your life.
My faith in God is my motivation. It motivates me to keep trying. It motivates me to keep going. It motivates me to keep trusting. And if I did not have that faith, there's no way I could do it. No way, absolutely no way I could do it.
Wow. What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to stay focused, to trust God's love, and to stay the course no matter what, no matter who, what they say, what they do, what happens. Stay the course. Know who you are. And who you are is who God says you are.
Yeah.
And that is fearfully and wonderfully made. That is the head and not the tail. That is above and not beneath. And walk in those truths.
You have said it all, because those are the truths that we must hold on to. I love that. Well, Juane, I thank you so much for sharing with me on Bloom with Bobby today.
Well, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. We upload new content every Saturday. I do encourage you to continue to watch Bloom with Bobby, because someone else's story may cause someone else's story to end well. Be blessed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.